Penguin Random House Audio presents A Play for the End of the World by Jaryk Chakrabarti. Read for you by Robert Petkoff and Brittany Pressley.
For anyone who's crossed a border in search of home. Sooner would a crow turn white than Poland be Poland again, we were told, and also that the Lord God had gone away as far as America and wouldn't be back. From Childhood 1940 by Jaryk Smith. Author's note. On July 18, 1942, weeks before the deportations to Treblinka, the Polish Jewish educator, medical doctor, and author, Janusz Korczak, staged a play at his orphanage in the Warsaw Ghetto. The performance was an adaptation of a Bengali play, Dak Gahar, by Rabindranath Tagore. Dak Gahar literally means the calling house. Nowadays, it's translated as the post office. Rabindranath Tagore wrote Dak Gahar in a village in India in 1911. A couple of years later, W.B. Yeats produced an English version. The play was then translated into many languages, and eventually a Polish copy ended up in the hands of Janusz Korczak, known to his children as Pan Doktor. The play is about a dying child living through his imagination while quarantined. Pan Doktor chose to stage the play to help his orphans reimagine ghetto life and to prepare them for what was to come.
Prologue. Warsaw, July 18, 1942. The set has been assembled. A piece of cawed wood that is to mean window. A watercolor Hannah has painted of the sun that is to mean sun. A bed they've borrowed from the boys' dorm, no easy feat dragging it up and down the stairs for each rehearsal that is to mean child's bed. Wooden blocks Misha carved to mean child's toys. And 9-year-old Jaryk is dressed like a boy from India, at least what they'd imagined a boy from India would look like. A pillowcase fashioned into a turban, a prayer marking on his forehead. From the dressing area, Jaryk spies much of Jewish Warsaw gathered in the great room of the orphanage. Schlegel opens with a poem of which he'll remember the lines. What does it mean, afar? How to explain the word to a child. Afterwards, the old piano is carted out, and Spielmann plays Chopin. He waits behind the makeshift curtain, drinking the music in. Last night, they weren't sure if they'd be able to stage the production at all. So many of the other cast members had come down with food poisoning, no one knew from what. Maybe it was the stale eggs, someone said, or the vaccine they'd been given days earlier. All night their stewards, Pan Doktor and Madame Stefa, tended to the children with saline drops and lime water. By morning the worst of it passed, and he and his dearest friend Misha built the makeshift dressing area, no more than a long curtain hung from the ceiling which he now stands behind, waiting to make his entrance. Pan Doktor introduces their play. It's from India, Pan Doktor says, and it's called The Post Office. How do you help a child in this world? How do you teach him about what's to come? The afterlife. The play's about a boy, Amal, who has an incurable disease and must stay indoors on doctor's orders. All day, Amal watches the world through his window and imagines the king will soon come to visit him. He makes friends with the villagers through his window, sees other boys playing outside, and invites them near his house, offering up his toys just so he can watch them play in the dirt. This is what first caught Jaryk. How generous it was to let other boys play with your favorite things. Amal is visited by a whimsical wanderer, a fakir, one of the words of Bengali he's learned. The fakir teaches him how to play in his mind, how to imagine a faraway land across the mountain with waterfalls. Jaryk has never seen a waterfall and, like the boy in the play, can only imagine what one is. Misha has tried to describe the rush of water against the mountain face, though really, what could Misha know about such things? Pan Doktor finishes his introduction, and Jaryk goes on stage, feeling as if he's been cast under a spell. When he lies on the bed, it's as if he is no longer himself, half-starving, afraid of Pan Doktor's health, of what the Black Boots will do next. Instead, he is a boy in a village in India, somewhere between life and death. He is dignified, and he is human. He is majestic, a child. All eyes are upon him as he readies to speak. Amal.
Uncle. Well, hello.
The good uncle. Amal, my boy, let me have a look at you.
Amal. Surely today you will let me play in the courtyard, uncle. The sun is out, and I wish to see the mountain, and I wish to hear the call of the king's men.
The good uncle. I'm sorry, my dear, but you're under strict orders. We'll need you to be inside. I have many books for you to read, so you may turn out a scholar, unlike your uncle.
Amal. But I have no wish to be a scholar. What I want is to be...
Jaryk pauses. He looks around the dining hall where chairs have been placed in the clamshell formation that is to mean theater. There is his teacher, Estherka, who is mouthing his line, "What I want is to be a squirrel." A squirrel? What a strange thing to want to be. But no matter, he knows the line. He knows the feeling of wanting to be something else and somewhere else. To be in the woods again, away from the walls of their city within a city. To be in the wild. Yes, he knows that feeling. He knows his lines. Most of them, anyway. He sees Pan Doktor and Madame Steffa in the audience. Pan Doktor has to sit on account of his bum knee, and Madame Steffa stands beside him. Can it be that she winks at Jaryk? Misha is off to their right, a toothpick in his mouth. Jaryk is not sure if Misha is glowering at him or smiling, or both. What he wants is to hold this moment for as long as he can, for time to lose its wheels, for all of Warsaw to be held in step, for then he can keep the feeling he has now. This certainty of being part of a family, of being held so firmly there is nothing he can do to disavow this love. Who knows when it will be taken, what they have built together? Who knows when the Black Boots will come? There is Estherka again, encouraging him. No better teacher will he have than her. No better father and mother than Pan Doktor and Stefania. Jaryk rises to his full height so he can deliver his call to the farthest corners of the room. In 4 days, the Germans will begin the deportations of Jewish Warsaw to the death camp of Treblinka. Not even Pan Doktor's orphanage of 200 children will be spared. But on this night, they are in the thrall of the theater, as if they're all children in India, as if over the mountain lies the waterfall with its constant rainbow, as if this and all the bounties of the earth await them just beyond the bend. Part 1. The Wanderer. Calcutta, June 1972. Morning in Calcutta. The foreigners' queue was filled with long-haired imitators of Ram Dass, a flock of missionaries, and young businessmen pursuing the promise of an urban India. The other line was crammed with locals carrying suitcases stuffed with a country in gifts. All were eager to move past the chain-smoking customs officer and be on their way. Except Jaryk wasn't in a hurry. A heaviness in his knees held him at the wait-till-call circle until a mustachioed guard with a shoulder-slung rifle prodded him forward. Jaryk paused at the immigration booth with his green suitcase, a sturdy, ugly piece of luggage that was seeing its first taste of the East. It was Misha's suitcase, so he carried.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?